Hello, I'm Archibald Chesterfield III, the method actor who plays poor Pluta. And today, remember, like, subscribe, and tell your fuckhead friends. And today, I'm in the garden because I'm going to have a smoke. I've got my Pontiff cutter, the Pontiff cutter, sent to me by a fan. And Dr. Sprague has just sent me some beautiful stogies. And I absolutely love a good stogie. And before I begin, I'm going to take the wrapper. Off, okay? It's very good cigar etiquette to take the wrapper off. We're going to cut it. Got a little bitch. Got it. And now, fuckers, we're going to have a little bit of enjoyment on the channel. Today, I want to talk to you about a topic that I just had a look at Austin Daniels' channel, and he had a great topic: 2 types of Rolex owners. And I thought, fuck, I haven't even seen his video, but I'm going to pinch his title, okay? So I'm just telling you where I got this idea from. Two types of Rolex owners. And what are they? What type of Rolex owners are there? Cheers, fuckers. And you have the person who is the non-watch guy. Now, they buy a Rolex because they realize Rolex is a really good brand in luxury timepieces. It's one of the best-selling brands in the fucking world. And they know, it's like a Mercedes-Benz. If you're a businessman, you drive a fucking E-Class or a 5 Series BMW. And Rolex is a bit like that. If you're a businessman, you wear a Rolex because it's respected success. And just like a Mercedes-Benz isn't necessarily the best car in the world, a Rolex isn't necessarily the greatest watch in the world. But a lot of successful people realize Rolex is a very, very good brand. High recognition, indestructible watch, and it's something they clamor to. So a lot of people, you get 2 types of Rolex owners. You get the person who is just after a Rolex because of the brand. And they may have been given this watch also by their business. When I worked at KBR, if you worked there for 35 years, you got the Rolex. And they'd give you a 2-tone date just, which is okay. And it's quite an interesting thing. Rolex is synonymous with success. It's like you can do no wrong wearing a Rolex. It's like turning up at a business meeting in an E-Class Mercedes. It's instant credibility. So you have these people who don't know much about Rolex, and often you get into a conversation where you say, oh, nice Submariner. Nice what? Nice Explorer. Nice what? Nice GMT. And they don't know what you're talking about. And these people here are kind of, they've bought the brand. Which is okay, that's just how it goes. And the second type of buyer is the enthusiast. And often these people have gone through a horological journey. I know I have. I bought my first Rolex in 1990. Rolex Explorer 1, 1016, L serial number. Had it, wore it for many, many years, sold it, bought a solid gold President. Bought an 18038. Then that wasn't good enough, so I sold that and bought an 18238 with diamond dial. And then I got a Polar. This is not the original Polar. I've had about half a dozen of the fuckers. I've had black, I've had white, I've had everything you could possibly think in Rolex. Then I went into horology. I had 2 Pateks, a Breguet, a JEWELLERY, and an AP. And then I realized something. These posh high-end brands aren't all they cracked up to be. Extremely expensive to service, extremely fragile, not necessarily waterproof, and just, gotta be careful with them. Whereas Rolex, you could just slap on and wear. And I did a complete 360. I got rid of my horterology. I only, out of my 5 fuck-off pieces I had, I've kept the JEWELLERY Reverso. And I decided to put my money from my Calatrava into a solid gold sub, a 16618. A lot of people would say, wow, why would you do that? And it's simple. It's the equivalent of buying a Corvette. Okay, because no matter how much money you spend on a Ferrari, a Maserati, or a Bentley, or an Aston Martin, they always cost a lot to do things. Whereas a solid gold sub, my watchmaker who does countless Rolex repairs, it's the same movement as the steel date sub. So, can you really go wrong with Rolex? It's like a supercar with a GM motor in it. Except it's not ETA, it's a Rolex movement, in-house movement. So in many ways, Rolex itself there can be a great way to go, a great way to travel, and a great way to exist. So I find you got the 2 types of enthusiasts. You got the person who has bought into the brand, who doesn't know much about watches. And then you got the true enthusiast who knows every little detail and knows a lot about these pieces. And I gotta tell you fuckers, that's an interesting world to reside in. Rolex, one of the greatest brands of all time. Tell me fuckers, what do you think of Rolex? Fuckers.
We specialize in the repair of Rolex and Patek Philippe watches. We've been doing the same thing for more than 25 years. We have Rolex technicians certified by Rolex who actually used to work for the company for many years, like if we're doing the work on the factory. We completely disassemble the watch and we put it to work like brand new condition. When you get a pre-owned watch, it's like if you're getting a brand new unit. The only difference is the money.